The businessman stepped out of his vehicle and slowly looked around the village. He had heard about the young man who was trying to create a marketplace in a place everyone else had given up on. Then his eyes stopped on Andrea. "You are Andrea?" he asked. "Yes," Andrea replied. The businessman smiled. "I have been watching what you are doing." Andrea was surprised. "You have?" "Yes, you started with almost nothing, yet farmers are beginning to bring their products here." Andrea looked at the small marketplace. It was still simple. Only a few wooden tables stood on the dusty ground. But something was changing. People were beginning to believe. The businessman then made Andrea an offer. "I can give you money to expand this marketplace." Andrea's heart jumped. This was exactly what he had been hoping for. But before Andrea could answer, the businessman continued. "There is one condition." Andrea became serious. "What condition?" "I want to own half of the business." Andrea remained silent. For the first time, his dream seemed close enough to touch. With the money, he could build better shops. He could bring more farmers. He could attract customers from nearby villages. But giving away half of his dream was a serious decision. That evening, Andrea walked home thinking about the offer. His friends told him to accept it immediately. "Don't be foolish," one said. "You have nothing. Take the money!" But Andrea couldn't stop thinking. He remembered why he had started. He wasn't trying to become rich overnight. He wanted to transform the entire village. And the next morning, Andrea made a decision that shocked everyone. The next morning, Andrea returned to the businessman. "I appreciate your offer," Andrea said, "but I cannot give away half of the business." The businessman looked surprised. "Then what do you want?" Andrea took a deep breath. "I don't want you to simply invest in my business. I want us to build something bigger together." The businessman became interested. Andrea showed him his plans. He wanted to build permanent shops, a storage center for farmers, a place where people could sell food, clothing, tools, and other products. He wanted to create jobs for young people, and most importantly, he wanted the village to become a place where people from other towns would come to do business. The businessman looked at the drawings. Then he smiled. "You really believe this can happen?" Andrea answered, "I don't just believe it, I can see it." The businessman remained silent for a moment. Then he said, "All right, I will give you a chance." For the first time, Andrea had someone willing to support his vision. But success did not come easily. Construction began. Some people supported Andrea. Others still laughed. They said the project was too big. They said Andrea would lose everything. But Andrea continued. Every day, the marketplace became bigger. More farmers arrived. More customers came. And slowly, something incredible began to happen. The village that everyone had ignored was beginning to attract attention. But Andrea didn't know that his biggest challenge was still ahead. Because one night, heavy rain destroyed part of the new marketplace. And Andrea woke up to a disaster.